Hey, thanks for joining Max Muscle Davis County. My name is James. Today we're going to be covering this product here. It's called Max Advanced Sleep Aid. A lot of individuals struggle with sleep. Much of that has to do with stress in the life or working odd hours. Many things can end up influencing how we sleep and our sleep patterns. Sleep is perhaps the most crucial time of the day for our physical health and our mental health. We know that if we don't get enough sleep, our ability to remember things goes down. We convert short-term to long-term memory often during the time while we sleep. So poor sleep can lead to memory issues later, or even when we're studying for tests and things of that nature. If you don't get enough sleep, you're going to end up finding that you don't recall the information the next day. So that's one of it. One of the things we want to definitely focus on is getting sleep so that our memory and different things of that nature will naturally help themselves. Also, our ability to deal with stress. Stress is a huge component of our lives now, whether it's stress at work, stress at home, stress running around with all the different chores we have to do, taking kids here, there, all the different places. Our bodies are meant to deal with stress on a daily basis, but they're supposed to have a break from that stress while we sleep. Again, if you're not sleeping properly, your body's not going to be able to balance that stress, and over time you'll start to elevate what's called cortisol. And higher levels of cortisol do tend to lead to weight gain and other things that aren't as healthy for us. So we want to definitely get the sleep we need. In addition to that, if you don't sleep very well, you're more likely to consume extra calories at different times, and oftentimes those are comfort foods later in the night. So they say on average, people that sleep less than 6 hours a day will gain about 5 pounds of fat a year. So obviously sleeping is going to help you with your weight as well. So how do we get this sleep? So obviously, when we're young, we sleep very, very well and very easily. As we age, and our brain starts to get overstimulated throughout the day, and then we can't shut it off at night, that can be a big piece of that. Also, there's a thing called the circadian rhythm, which is basically a 24-hour cycle where our brain, it wakes up, it goes to sleep, it rests. There's times throughout the day when it's more peaceful, we have a sense of well-being. There's other times when stress is elevated. Good recovery is going to happen on that level while we sleep as well. So talking about good sleep is falling asleep, staying asleep. That's the key. So with Max Advanced Sleep Aid, which is the product here, it uses five ingredients that have been shown to be very helpful. Number one is GABA. So GABA is an essential, or non-essential, amino acid that is the most abundant in neurotransmitters. When it is properly balanced, we have a better sense of well-being, which leads to relaxation, which leads to better sleep. So having GABA in here is going to help you have enough of that in your body to get better wave patterns. It's called the alpha wave. And as we improve alpha waves in our brain patterns, we're going to get better sleep. Number two is called inositol. This has actually been shown to create a sense of well-being as well. It's also very important for the cell structure. The healthier our cells are, the membranes of our cells, the better we're going to function overall. So having that in there as well creates this sense of well-being, helps with serotonin production, and how our body perceives a sense of well-being. Number three is 5-HTP. 5-HTP is basically the precursor to melatonin. It is an amino acid, it's part of tryptophan. And so what ends up happening is our body will convert this to melatonin. Melatonin also helps control this circadian rhythm, or the 24-hour clock, to help us have better peaks and valleys and better times when we're awake, and we fall asleep, stay asleep better as well. And finally, it does also include melatonin. So you're getting a blend of several different amino acids and naturally occurring hormones that your body creates to help you get into a better sleep and stay asleep. So that's key. Some people will tell me, well, I can fall asleep, but I wake up. And that's usually a sign that there's a slight imbalance around 2 or 3 in the morning. We want to get that handled so that and then you'll notice, if that happens, by the way, that you're sleepy in the afternoon. So if you can get your sleep patterns better, then that'll work. There's other people that can't fall asleep, and that, the GABA is going to help with that. The melatonin and the inositol are going to help keep you asleep, and the 5-HTP. If you wake up early and you're refreshed and ready to go, you'll notice that you probably fall asleep relatively well in the evening. So if you're having sleep issues, or maybe you already purchased this product, I recommend taking this about 20-30 minutes before you go to bed. It's been shown that melatonin actually works fairly well with whey protein. So take this about 30 minutes before you go to bed, and then maybe have that protein shake that you need to make sure you have protein in your blood while you're asleep to help with recovery and other things. Take that about 10-15 minutes before you go to bed to maximize the results. Again, great product. A lot of people ask what I might stack with this or use with this to get the best results. What I'd recommend is this product right here. This product is Cortix. Now Cortix is going to help control cortisol levels in the evenings. So this also has GABA in it. So you're really not going to overdo it if you take both. But again, calming yourself in the evening and then allowing yourself to go to sleep is going to be crucial. So I definitely recommend that product as well. Another one would be, say, something like a Vitacell. So a lot of times, a lot of neurotransmitters, hormones, and things like that fall by the wayside if we don't have sufficient vitamins and minerals, because many of the things that we need in our body require that. So that's something I would have you consider as well. But until next time, this is James with Max Muscle Davis County, and hopefully you can get those E's.